Welcome back, SuperTalk Mississippi, the JT Show. Rhino over in the booth, Dave Hughes here, and joining us now on the air and in video. I can see him live. It's almost like you're sitting here, Philip. This is cool.
Hey, that's great. Good to see you, Dave. Thanks for having me today.
Hi, man. Anytime, man. You're always welcome, as you know that. And you can see it for yourself, by the way, as we navigate the technological waters of this. Supertalk.fm/watch. You can see Speaker of the House, Philip Gunn, joining us here on the show. And how are things going with you today, Speaker?
Well, I'm doing all right. I'm trying to find a quiet place in my house. To you, my wife is running the vacuum cleaner in the other part of the house, so I'm keeping down. So if the background changes, you'll know what I'm doing.
We'll just reach the point where all of a sudden, the background will start moving behind you because you just pick up the phone and run to another part of the house, huh?
Yeah, I may end up in the garage before it's over with. We'll see.
That's okay. We'll take you wherever you go. That's fine. Now, give us an update, and you continue. You've been doing a fantastic job of updating the citizens of Mississippi on what's going on with the COVID-19 pandemic situation. Give us our update for today. Tell us where we're at and how things look.
Well, I just finished my update for today. Get it done and out earlier today. I've got a few things that are coming down the line this afternoon. But the first thing that I talked about was the unemployment benefits. It's very confusing for a lot of people. We've been trying to explain exactly how that works. I know there's been a lot of frustration from the citizens trying to get through. They can't get through. Some are eligible for state employment, unemployment. Some, everybody's eligible for the federal. How do I get it? These are all the kind of questions that we're getting. One of the things to remember is that some people are not eligible for state unemployment benefits. You have to be in order to get unemployment. Some people are self-employed. Some people are independent contractors. And so some of those people are not eligible for state unemployment benefits. However, under the CARES Act, they are eligible for what's called Pandemic Unemployment Assistance, PUA, and many of those people have been trying to apply for that. And when can I apply for that? Department of Employment Security has set up their computers to deal with those, what I'm calling federal only claims, or the PUA claims. They've been dealing primarily with the state unemployment claims. Well, yesterday they announced that they finally are ready for federal claims. And so we've been getting a lot of questions from people expressing frustration about being able to pursue those federal benefits. As I understand it, they are now ready and eligible to receive those claims. On my Facebook page today, I put a link where you can file online. I've also a phone number that you can call for assistance. So that's kind of the big news for the day. Another thing talked about today is the new testing sites that are coming on. There are 5 of them that are coming online today, tomorrow, and Thursday. Those are, if I can remember, they're in Kemper County, Claiborne County, Hines County, Walthall County, and I think Yazoo County. I'm doing that from memory. But those, there are 5 new testing sites. You live in those areas, then again, go to my Facebook page. That's listed there. You can find out the addresses of those places. And then finally, I was honored to be invited to participate in a telephone conference call today at noon with President Pence. I know I was scheduled to be on with you at noon today, but they called and invited me to participate in that. So first of all, I want to thank you for being flexible and adjusting to allow me to appear with you today. But I look forward to that call and hearing what the Vice President says, and hopefully get some insights as to what they plan to do. So that's kind of a quick overview of my daily update.
We're going to step to the side. We'll do it for the Vice President. That makes sense.
Okay, good.
I have a question for you, Philip, a specific question here that you may not know the answer to, but you may be able to help give a little guidance, because we had this question yesterday, and it was answered to a large extent at the press conference yesterday afternoon. We have someone up in Cleveland, Kevin, up in Cleveland, in a unique situation, and that's part of the problem with this whole thing, is that we have answers for probably 99% of the people, but there are some cases that are a little bit different. Kevin was on unemployment. He was on the state unemployment before the COVID-19 happened. After the state of emergency was declared, his unemployment benefits ran out. And as a result, he's not getting anything else. He's trying to figure out how he can get extended benefits and get in and get payments restarted to him. As I said, it's an odd situation, but we have some of those out there. And I don't know if you have any advice you could give Kevin on that.
Well, I call those individual, unique situations, and we get a lot of those questions. And the facts are different. And as you said, 95% of the question can be with a cookie cutter answer. This is applies to everybody. But about 5% of the questions we're getting are unique situations that don't fit neatly within any particular guidelines. In that situation, what we're having to do is call MDES directly and lay out the facts and say, does this person qualify or not under these given fact scenario? So for him, I would invite him to call our office. We got that number, 601-359-3300. Best thing he can do is email. Our email address is covid9questions@house.ms.gov. We take those emails that we get every day, we compile them in a list, and we sit down with MDES, present those to a response. Now, it may take a few days to get the response because they're so overwhelmed, but we're trying the best we can to answer those questions for everybody who are in individual, unique situations.
And I know you are. And let me ask you, because your connection's a little spotty here because the wife's vacuum is far too close to the router right now. But give that email address and that phone number one more time. And just to make clear, this is not a phone number and email address to the Department of Employment Security. This is an email address that you and your staff are dealing with, and then you're going over and talking to them directly, right?
Yes, sir. That is correct. We're trying to help people who have frustration getting through, and so we set up this special email address, covid19@house.ms.gov, and then the phone number is 601-359-3300.
3,300. So let me give that out again and make sure that we've got this right. The phone number is 601-359-3300, and the email address is covid19questions@house.ms.gov. Is that right?
Yes, sir. That's correct.
Okay, awesome. Want to make sure we got that out. We'll give it again a little bit later on in the hour for Kevin and for everybody else. But this is something because, like you said, most people, they fall under it's an easy answer to whatever question they have, but there are some of those situations. And, I'm going to be interested to see, and I assume I know how it's going to work out. We talked about this yesterday on the show. There are some people who are still waiting because of the system just being overwhelmed just by the sheer number of people. Their business may open back up and they may be back at work before they get their first unemployment payment or right after they start getting their unemployment payments. And what happens then? Do they get paid for the entire time that they were off, or how does that work?
That's what we're told. Yes, sir. We are told that unemployment benefits start from the date of separation from employment. This is one of the to communicate to everyone, because a lot of people think I've got to hurry up and file my claim because every day I don't, I'm losing money. That's not what we've been told. What we've been told is that unemployment benefits will sum the day that you were laid off, the date that you lost your job, even if it's 3 weeks ago and you don't get through till today. They go back to that date and start your benefits then. And so, yeah, you may be right. There may be people out there who actually will end up going back to work before they've actually had their their claim processed. But for the period of time that they were off, understanding that they will receive those benefits.
Fantastic. That's what I thought. Speaker, we appreciate you taking the time. I know you got to go get ready. Is it a video call or is it an audio call with the vice president? Do you need to go put a suit on first? Or can you just stay,
no, I'm not,
quarantine ready?
I'm not putting a suit on today.
Okay.
I'm actually privileged to be the national chairman of the Legislative Exchange Council. This is an organization that exists nationwide, a group of legislators. They produce policy, and they were actually able to secure the president, the vice president, to a day. And as the national chairman, I get to host the call, so I'm looking forward to being able to talk to him. They asked me they told me I could ask one question. So my question to him would be about these federal dollars that are coming down, and hopefully encouraging him to remove whatever restrictions that they're placing on them. There's a possibility, the more we learn about the CARES Act, there's a possibility they're going to money. They're going to put so many restrictions on it, we may not even be able to spend it. And that doesn't help a state like Mississippi. We got to have a little flexibility and a little freedom to spend that. That's going to be my question to him today.
That's fantastic. Speaker of the House, Philip Gunn, we appreciate your time, man, and keep doing the great job that you're doing. We all appreciate it very much.
Thank you, Dave. Good to talk.